Hello and welcome to our channel. In this video we are counting down on greatest survival films and not to be missed by anyone. Those who love survival films must give it a try and leave a comment below how many films you have already seen from this list or intent to see. Now let's get started. 10 Into the White 2012. Directed by Petr Naz, based on a true story. On April 27, 1940, Luftwaffe pilot Horst Scoppi's Heinkel 111 bomber is shot down near Grottli by an RAF Blackburn Skua L-2940 fighter, which then crash lands. The surviving German and English crew members begin to shoot each other, but later find themselves huddled up in the same cabin. In order to survive the harsh winter in the Norwegian wilderness, they have to stand together. An unlikely, lifelong friendship blossoms. 9 Alive 1993. Directed by Frank Marshall. Stranded after a plane crash in the Andes Mountains, individual members of Uruguay's rugby team respond differently. Group leader Nando, Ethan Hawke, tries to keep everyone's spirits up. Medical student Roberto, Josh Hamilton, diligently treats cases of frostbite and gangrene. Loose cannon Antonio, Vincent Spano. Once all available foodstuffs run out, the group faces a terrible dilemma: eat one or more of their deceased teammates, or die. 8 Kon-Tiki 2012. Directed by Espen Sandberg and Joachim Ronning. Norwegian adventurer Thor Heyerdahl, Pal Sverre Hagen, suspects that the South Sea Islands were originally colonized by South Americans. In 1947, despite his fear of water and inability to swim, Heyerdahl decides to prove his theory. He and 5 companions set sail from Peru on a balsa wood raft built from an ancient design. Their only modern equipment is a radio, and they must navigate using the stars and ocean currents. After 3 exhausting months at sea, they achieve their goal. 7 The Snow Walker 2003. Directed by Charles Martin Smith. A bush pilot in northern Canada who with the aid of modernity thinks he can handle it all and knows it all. After reluctantly agreeing to transport a local Indian girl to a medical facility, his light plane crashes and they have to survive whilst finding their way back to civilization. Along the journey the man finds a new respect for the native ways as they battle to survive the elements. 6 8 Below 2006. Directed by Frank Marshall. The frozen wasteland of Antarctica serves as the background for a tale about the bonds of friendship and loyalty. 3 members of a scientific expedition, Jerry Shepard, Paul Walker, his friend Cooper, Jason Biggs, and an American geologist, Bruce Greenwood, must leave their beloved sled dogs behind after a devastating accident and increasingly perilous weather conditions. Alone, the dogs struggle to survive the harsh Antarctic winter. 5 The Impossible. Directed by J. Bayona. In December 2004, close-knit family Maria, Naomi Watts, Henry, Ewan McGregor, and their 3 sons begin their winter vacation in Thailand. But the day after Christmas, the idyllic holiday turns into an incomprehensible nightmare when a terrifying roar rises from the depths of the sea, followed by a wall of black water that devours everything in its path. Though Maria and her family face their darkest hour, unexpected displays of kindness and courage ameliorate their terror. For 127 Hours. Directed by Danny Boyle. While exploring a remote canyon in Utah, mountaineer and adventurer Aaron Ralston, James Franco, becomes trapped when a boulder falls on his arm. Over the next 5 days, Ralston examines his life and considers his options, leading him to an agonizing choice: to amputate his arm so that he can extricate himself and try to make his way back to civilization, or remain pinned to the canyon wall and likely die. Based on Ralston's book, Between a Rock and a Hard Place. 3 Deliverance 1972. Directed by John Boorman. For city-dwelling friends, John Voight, Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty, Ronnie Cox, decide to get away from their jobs, wives and kids for a week of canoeing in rural Georgia. When the men arrive, they are not welcomed by the backwoods locals, who stalk the vacationers and savagely attack them in the woods. Reeling from the ambush, the friends attempt to return home but are surrounded by dangerous rapids and pursued by a madman. 213 Lives 2022. Available on Prime Video. Directed by Ron Howard. On June 23, 2018, 12 boys of the junior football team, Wild Boars, and their assistant coach Ekafon Chanthawang leave practice to explore the Tam Luang cave. Their families head to the caves, only to find them flooded and the boys missing. The parents immediately alert emergency services. Royal Thai Navy SEALs, led by Captain Arnott, arrive to search for the missing boys, but find the dive too difficult to locate the team. A local British caver shares his extensive knowledge of the complex and dangerous cave and suggests the authorities get in touch with the British Cave Rescue Council. One Castaway 2000 available on Netflix. Directed by Robert Zemeckis. Obsessively punctual FedEx executive Chuck Noland, Tom Hanks, is en route to an assignment in Malaysia when his plane crashes over the Pacific Ocean during a storm. The sole survivor of the flight, Chuck washes ashore on a deserted island. When his efforts to sail away and contact help fail, Chuck learns how to survive on the island. So that was the list, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching Greatest Survival Films Countdown. For more updates, make sure you subscribe to our channel. The handle is right in front of you.